Ellie wishes to share her latest discoveries with you. By chance you are curious about the Duelist declared target. It so happens I have identified the weapon in question. The Treaty Blade is part of an Ishgardian noble's collection. Or was, I should say. No, it has not yet been sold. It has been purchased by an Uldan collector, the wife of a wealthy merchant living in Vesper Bay. Suffice to say, it would be remiss in my duties as a reporter were I not investigate her. And should a duelist strike while I am present, well, I hope I needn't explain what a golden opportunity that would be. Ingratiating myself to her may prove to be the greatest challenge. Oops. Though I'm told she's a difficult woman to please. Fortunately, I am also told that she has a fondness for rare flowers, the sort to see in kept dry bone cells. You can come along if you'd like. Here you are, miss. Thank you for your patronage. Was it for love or money that you killed him? It was you! Have you gone mad? That was an Amalja arrow in his back. I don't know how to shoot a bow. Amalja don't shoot fleeing unarmed merchants. They capture and temper them. Not that you or your victim make for convincing merchants. If you're going to misrepresent yourself, put some effort into it. Wear gloves for God's sakes, or at least don't wave your hands in front of my face. The calluses on your fingers betray you as a veteran archer. Doubtless you used your skills to great effect 5 years ago, as did your partner. So again I ask, was it because he took from you your share, or your sister? You don't touch a man's skin. He knew that, and yet he... Important for the camera to stare at the sternum. Yes, because how else can you have a facial reveal later when you're being introduced to them? Damn, and I thought he did it for the money. You two, he's all yours. Yes, of course. Thank you for the help, Inspector. At least he's competent. But when did investigating crimes become such a popular profession? It's not his job, you know. He just likes doing it. He belongs to one of Ishgar's high houses. Some say he's a baron. Not at all like that buffoon Hildibrand, don't you think? I try not to think about Hildibrand. We should get going. Lady Dorilda will not take kindly to wilted flowers. To Vesper Bay. Why have they not installed an aetherite at Vesper Bay? Why do we have to always travel to Horizon and fly all the way over to Vesper Bay? Again, as I last told the last 20 who came here, if you ever come looking for work, you are too late. And even if I were in need of additional security, I would not deign hire a common adventurer. Now remove yourself from my sight before I have you removed. Baltic lavender, a fragrant variety of lavender rarely found in the arid lowlands of the Thanalan. Did you really think I could be so easily manipulated? Present the right gift, speak the magic words, and you would earn my respect? What's more, flowers' beauty is fleeting. I value beauty which transcends the boundaries of time, everlasting, enduring, unchanging, like mine. Now get out. Forgive us, Lady Dorilda. We meant no disrespect. We were afraid that you would not heed our warnings otherwise. A notorious, violent thief is plotting to steal the Treaty Blade. You fools. I shall come to claim the Collector's Blade, yes? I read the Mithril Eye. I know full well of whom you speak, and it is none of your concern. I have a legion of guards at my disposal. Should he try, I will have him seized, or worse. And even if by some miracle he should succeed, he will not escape my wrath, for I have retained the services of a certain gentleman. Ah, but you may see for yourself. Like every piece of my collection, he has been chosen with the utmost care. Now look upon my peerless inspector, interlopers, and despair. Ships that pass in the night. A signal shown in the darkness. The lady cries out for a guardian, and a gentleman must needs oblige. I swear to you here now, I, Hildibrand, agent of Enquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, shall neither slumber nor sleep until the fiend who covets the treaty blade is brought to justice. Wow, I am in very much display error. Look at me. Good sir, what brings you here? Are you come in pursuit of the Duelist as well? Or perhaps in pursuit of me? As if I would spend a single gil on an insufferable, incompetent... To be fair, you are not spending a single gil on me. The chance to investigate such an intriguing case is payment enough. Preemptive declarations of criminal intent are hardly in vogue. Sorry I'm late. Busy solving a murder. Briarden, Consulting Inspector, at your service, my lady. Conniving Inspector. Consulting Inspector. A rotting flesh and saltpeter. Hildibrand Manderville and Nashio Makaraka, I presume. Two rank amateurs playing at a profession of which they know not. Call me when you're finished with these wastrels. You see, I do not want nor need your help. Briarden is more than capable of overseeing the transfer. Now get out, all of you! Where have you been, Maria? And where is my vase? There was this strange flying thing and the vase, I dropped it in the water. I was so... That vase once belonged to the Royal House of Thorn. Do you have any idea how much it was worth? You will go back outside right now and search for my vase, and you are not to return until you find it. Do I make myself clear? My lady, pray allow me to go in the girl said. It is not safe, for she herself spoke of a ferocious wild beast. With my unmatched investigative skills, I shall swiftly locate and recover the missing vase, thereby earning your respect, at which point you will gladly grant me permission to investigate the thieving duelist. Verily, it is a plan fiendishly clever in its intricacies. Not when spoken aloud. Miss Maria, would you be so kind to tell me exactly what happened? I picked up the vase in Old Dal like Mother said, and I was on my way home. I was crossing the bridge and the flying thing came. I got scared, so I ran. When I stopped, it was gone, but so was the vase. I think I dropped it in Norfolka's Wells. I want to go and look, but there are scary looking things down there. I'm scared to go alone. We are no longer alone, Miss Maria. We shall go together and look for the vase. All 5 of us. I suppose I should. All 4 of you. I'm going back to Inspector Briarden. If the duelist strikes, I mean to be there. But Miss Ellie, how can you ignore the plight of a young girl for the sake of a story? I'm pretty sure that's her job. Because that's my job, you imbecile! Well, we shall not be derelict in our duty to justice. Come, Nashu, we must away! Don't even know what the bloody vase looks like. Maria, dear, listen. If it gets dangerous or if you feel afraid, you run to this adventurer for help, understand? Okay, but I'm highly likely to explode myself. That girl what went by earlier? I've seen her. Had something in her hands, but dropped it while crossing the bridge. Didn't get a good look, but I reckon it don't matter any road. Whatever there was is long gone by now. A vase? Well, anything that falls in the water is like to be swept downstream fairly quickly. Does anything to do with the queer winged beast I saw earlier? No? Never mind then. Flamboyant oaf. Pox upon that thieving demon bird! He shall rue the day he crossed paths with me! Huh? A vase? I know not what you... Gah! Curse this infernal refuse underfoot! Every point is a dagger! There's something in the water at the man's feet. Curious object. Do I spy the treasure vase of Lady Duelist of... Oh. Oh dear. Does this belong to you, child? Forgive me, I was so engrossed in my search I did not notice. You search for what, pray tell? A demon bird absconded with my weapon. I set it down for but a moment, only to see it next in the talons of that accursed creature. I gave chase, following to these waters, and in my haste I must have stepped on your vase. Don't fret, Maria. I know it looks bad, but I'm sure Inspector Hildibrand will think of something. Oh, but I already have my faithful assistant. Hearken to me now, for as a rising sun doth dispel the dark, and so shall my solution resolve our dilemma. But first, we must gather as many fragments of the vase we can find. Come to present your findings, have you? Splendid! Let's have a look. Precious potsherd. All the Sultan's chocobo and all the Sultan's men couldn't put this vase back together again. Well done, my friend. This should be more than sufficient for our needs. He has performed miracles with far less, after all. There is but one person in all Eorzea capable of reconstructing this vase. A man whose skill with the hammer has brought rival goldsmiths low. So breathtaking are his works, so fearsome his competitive spirit. This man is no mere goldsmith. You speak of him as of a great warrior. Once, a notorious king of thieves perpetrated a series of robberies in Ul'dah, targeting establishments which sold luxury goods. One such shop was owned by the humble lapidary of whom I speak. His was the last shop the thieves struck, but the following morning they were found beaten, bound, and gagged in the gold court. The brass blades never learned who was responsible. The only information they had was testimony of a thief, who kept muttering the words, "The hammer! The hammer!" He sounds dangerous. Aye, that he does. And I do so enjoy the company of dangerous men. But where are my manners? I have yet to properly introduce myself. I am Gilgamesh, and this is my companion, Enquiry. Well, not really. It has been many moons since I last saw her, so to ease the burden of loneliness, I tamed a rooster and painted it green. In any case, you mean to search for this goldsmith, yes? If so, it would be my pleasure to help. The pleasure is all mine, Gilligan. I, Hildibrand, agent of Enquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, bid you welcome.
If it is that hard for you to remember, I give you leave to call me Gil.
Excellent suggestion, Greg. Playful monikers are effective means of building camaraderie. Call me Hildy. Now then, from what I know of the goldsmith's propensity to procure his materials himself, I have deduced that he is most likely to be found in the vicinity of Blue Fog in northern Thanalan. It is there we shall begin our search. A Dublin carcass. The Dublin wound indicate that it was felled with a hammer. A trail of bloody footprints leads to the north. I don't think it's been dead long. Maybe whoever did it is still around?
This goldsmith is not to be trifled with.
The basilisk's wound indicate that it was felled with a hammer. A trail of bloody footprints lead to the north.
Single blow to the head. Impressive.
His handiwork is unmistakable. The corpse is still quite warm.
The Dublin, the basilisk, this Ahriman, all were slain with a hammer, as was that beast over yonder, unless I am mistaken. That chimera must be his latest prize, which means he must still be about. Mayhap he is watching us at this very moment, attempting to ascertain our intentions. He was ever a cautious man when on the hunt. Alas, it comes to this. Though every fiber of my being cries out in rebellion, I must break my oath and do the unspeakable. What must you do that is so terrible? I must dance! The horror. I'm a Manderville man, doing what only a Manderville can. From the peaks of Querthus to Thanalan, Manderville man. I cannot avert mine eyes! That is the dance of House Manderville, passed down from father to son. Were I to perform it within sight of our quarry, he would not be able to resist revealing himself. Alas, I neglected to properly stretch my legs beforehand. My good man, I see no other solution. You must dance in my stead. Though for a gross, nay, unconscionable violation of my family's traditions, I must bequeath unto you the Manderville. You learned the emote Manderville dance. Time has come for you to do only what a Manderville can. We are as siblings now, my constant comrade, for I have shared with you the secrets of House Manderville. Now you must use that knowledge. Go to the fallen chimera and dance like only a Manderville can. Summon the goldsmith. Are we really doing this? I like how each of the chimeras has a hammer stuck in it. That's neat. Our warrior of light, ladies and gentlemen. Fancy yourself a Manderville man. You would do what only a Manderville can. Lift up your legs and put up your hands. Be a Manderville man. He comes. Oh ho ho! You have not to fear for me, not at all. The only accounts I came to settle with were with the Chimera. But you were not drawn here by some coincidence, were you? No, you came in search of me. Godbert! Why else would you gyrate your hips in such a gentlemanly fashion if not that? It's Godbert, the owner of the Gold Saucer. Wait, I know you. He of strong yet tender fingers.
The context being we once met him at Camp Bronze Lake. It's like a hot spring. And we had to also tend to his less oiled skin. Very strange experience.
But more importantly, how in the hells did you learn the Manderville? If I did not teach you, then who? By the grace of Thor, what sorcery is this? He yet lives? Hildibrand, Helidor, Maximilian Manderville!
Is he a goldsmith or a monk?
"10 years, Hildibrand. 10 years since you left home, and 5 since I learned of your trip to Dalamud. How long were you planning to allow your mother and father to suffer under the illusion that their beloved son was dead? Son, you are Hildy's father! Godbert, the goldsmith's a Manderville man, smithing as only a Manderville can. Oil him up and give him a tan, fit for a Manderville man. Please, father, cease your undulations at once. There are more pressing matters at hand. This antique vase must be made whole once more for the sake of Miss Maria. Ha! Do not worry, little one. I deal with worse cases before my morning bowel movement.
Yay! Mistress completely restored.
Hold your applause until the end. Burigot, guide my hammer!
But it's already restored.
Huh. Look how it sparkles in the twilight, how it radiates elegance. Would you all not agree that it is a work of art?
Well, it is. Now it's no longer an antique.
You've completely destroyed a priceless antique's historical value. Nonsense! I have taken a dull, unremarkable vase and transformed it into something far superior. Hope you are paying attention, Hildy. How long has it been since you last held a hammer? Father, that is not my path. I am an agent of Enquiry, an inspector. It is my duty to help those in need. Miss Maria is one such person. There are others too. Innocent people whose weapons are callously ripped from their hands by a thieving duelist. I thought you had put away childish dreams. No matter. You will understand in due time. No, I will not. I am an inspector, Father. I can be naught else.
Mr. Godbert, sir? I don't think my mother's going to like what you did. She probably won't let Mr. Hildibrand help with the investigation.
We cannot save that for certain, can we? Perhaps she will take a liking to this reimagining.
Well, it certainly is shiny.
You spoke about thieving duelists, did you not? It so happens I am something of a duelist myself. Were we to cross paths with this fellow, I would welcome the opportunity to pit my skills against his. And Kidu as well, I should think. I see you two possess a strong sense of justice. Oh, glad am I to have met you, Greg. Now, let us return to Vesper Bay and see how our vase is received. Vesper Bay, you say? What a coincidence. I shall be traveling there on business once I have finished gathering materials.
Oh good, then we can shift the blame to you.
Oh, I think I might have seen the demon bird which took my weapon. Go without me. I shall follow anon.
I hope she likes it. Reconstructed vase. If every component of an object were to be replaced, could the resulting object be fundamentally considered the same? Philosophers are unsure. Godbert does not care. Mother, I brought you the vase. By the gods, have you all no shame? How dare you make my daughter complicit in your chicanery? I don't know where you found this gaudy trash, but it bears no resemblance whatsoever to the vase I purchased. Now see here, Lady Durilda. Not only did you send Maria to fetch your priceless vase alone, placing her in considerable danger should bandits or wild beasts attack, which they did, but...
Gaudy trash?
Lord Manderville, sir, I did not realize you had arrived.
Though I know it is nothing compared to the lavish accommodations an esteemed gentleman such as yourself must enjoy, I pray my humble abode meets with your...
Oh wait, that's Durilda saying. Whoops. Though I know it is nothing compared to the lavish accompaniments an esteemed gentleman such as yourself must enjoy, I pray my humble abode meets with your satisfaction.
Oh, it does, my lady. It does indeed. Especially that exquisite vase over yonder. Although I gather from your previous comments that you do not like my reconstruction.
Your reconstruction? I don't like it. I love it. I would go far as to call it the new centerpiece of my Thorn Dynasty collection.
Ah, what relief. I would have been most distressed had you said otherwise. We Mandervilles do so take pride in our work and ever strive for professional perfection. Oh, but why am I repeating what my son Hildibrand doubtless told you when he offered to investigate the duelist threats? Enough expository banter, I say.
I cannot recall if your son used those precise words, but I do remember thinking that his help will be most welcome. You will be helping us, Inspector Hildibrand, will you not? Wait a minute. Your father is Lord Godbert Manderville, the man who took Aoland Quiverson's seat on the Syndicate.
It appears there have been a great many developments over the past 10 years of which I was completely unaware. In any case, we must redirect our energies towards the investigation of the thieving duelist. Our first order of business will be to review all facts with the consenting Inspector Briaden.
Hi, Inspector Briarden. Why are you still here?
Allow me to elucidate. Lady Dorilda has asked that we assist with the investigation. Now, kindly share with us all your information.
Fine. Our plans have advanced to a stage that even you couldn't ruin them anyway. I commissioned several reproductions of the Treaty Blade through a merchant named Jojompa, who traffics in counterfeit antiques. These blades have been delivered to the Observatorium, where they are being distributed amongst Lady Dorilla's sellswords. Once I give the order, they will transport them via alternate routes to Vespa Bay. Oh, I think I get it. You're hiding the real transport with a bunch of decoys, right? They're all decoys. The moment the thief strikes, all our forces will converge on his location, including those disguised as smoke folk along each route. The real Treaty Blade will remain the original owner's vault until the thief has been apprehended. Everything has been accounted for. You are superfluous. Well, that's a good sunset. Mayhap we could use more small folk to watch the roads and in and out of the observatorium, assuming you have the capacity to conduct yourself in an unassuming fashion.
Fear not, my fellow inspector, for I am a master of disguise. Have you any information regarding the duelist himself? A description?
Never thought to ask Humphrey, did you? The thief is said to be a towering brute dressed in red who wields a halberd.
Ha ha ha! A man so garishly dressed should be easy to find in snowy Querthas.
Yeah, we only know a towering man without a halberd, unfortunately. And I suppose we don't need your help after all, do we? Come or don't. I couldn't care less. Be seeing you.
Pray forgive my lateness. Greg, my good man, what a pleasure to see you again. We just received new information regarding the weapon thief. A victim described him as a halberd wielding brute dressed in a ridiculous outfit. A ridiculous outfit? Oh, now I am intrigued. What reasons would a warrior have for wearing impractical clothing?
The same reason people wear bikini armors, I guess.
Haha, what reasons indeed? It is enough to make a gentleman laugh. Allow me to summarize our current plan of action. Our destination is the Observatorium, and our mission is to pose as goodly smallfolk in accordance with Inspector Briaden's instructions. Naturally, should the situation demand improvisation, we are to disregard those instructions. Any questions? No? Then let us sally forth at once. Hail to thee, fellow servant of justice. I take it you are one of the many tasked with transporting a counterfeit treaty blade?
Yeah, just say that out loud for everyone to hear, why don't you? Clearly you've mistaken me for someone else, sir. At ease, Sergeant. They're with us. More small folk. Keep an eye on them. Or else.
But, sir,
Bagger me. Don't you bloody move until I get back.
I say, is this land always so inhospitable? The biting winds, the endless snows. Keeping active will help me to stay warm. Oh, and I should chance to find... And should I chance to find the thieving duelist, I will of course summon you. After administrating the requisite beating, haha! Good, you're still... Was there someone else with you a moment ago? Ah, you speak of Greg. He ventured outside the gates mere moments before your arrival, full eager to catch the thief. As we are. Come, Nashu. We too must answer the call of duty.
To receive a Medal of Honor. You look like you might actually be useful. Why don't you have a word with my man near the east gates? We're on demand over there. See, brute man in brute in red who wields a halberd. Now, if you told me to look for a brute of a man in red without wielding a halberd, then I could help you out. But no. You see that just now? No. Don't think me eyes were playing tricks on me, but there's only one way to be sure. You wait here. Inspector! Over there, look!
What is it, Nashu? Pray tell me what you see. Aha! I see you, demon bird. You will not escape me this time. Hello there, my friends. Is aught amiss? Oh, it's just Greg. For a moment I thought you might have spotted our thief. Come, Nashu, we have lingered here over long. We must egress post-haste. There's not out of the ordinary here either.
No luck,
We've scouted every ilm of this area to no avail. I can only conclude that, having learned that his opponent was to be the legendary Inspector Hildibrand, the duelist renounced his criminal ways and retreated into hiding.
Or perhaps he's waiting patiently outside the walls for more wagons to leave. That being said, should you decide to venture into the wilderness, you had best arm yourself more than your wits.
I appreciate your concern, Miss Ellie, but a gentleman should abstain from violence unless absolutely necessary.
Meanwhile, we have Godber, who literally just one-shot a chimera for materials. I'll fight for you, Inspector. I even found a weapon to use.
By the 12, is that the self-same spear which propelled me into the Red Moon? Wherever did you find it?
It was buried in the snow.
Well, one cannot ignore the will of destiny. Return it to me, Nashu. Though I will still endeavor to avoid fisticuffs, I will be duly armed should worst comes to worst. Now then, we begin our search for the duelist to the east of the observatorium.
Wherefore art thou, my nefarious nemesis?
Was not the self-same creature, but one of many. Nevertheless, I know that my weapon is close by. You sense it too, don't you? Greg, I've been meaning to ask, why do you covet this weapon so? If you but beheld it, you would understand. In some ways it bore resemblance to a spear, but in other aspects it was quite different. It was crowned with a magnificent axe blade. which was welded to a musket barrel. It was one of the first weapons I added to my collection after arriving in these lands. Ah, how I yearn to reclaim it, the strongest of spears. That weapon of yours bears a striking resemblance to the strongest of spears. I claimed this weapon 5 years ago. Surely you can't be serious. Now you call me Shirley? No matter. Give it to me. Give it to me. This spear and I have traveled together to the very heavens. I will not relinquish it again. This spear and I have bested a many men together. I will not relinquish it again. Then we are at an impasse.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but well done, Inspector. Thanks to you, we caught the weapon thief in the act.
Miss Ellie, you are grossly misreading our dispute. Greg is a good, honest man, who I am certain has never stolen a weapon in his life. Indeed, I have not. Every weapon I have claimed was by rights mine. Each was a trophy for besting my opponent in single combat.
Wait. I believe that constitutes a confession. Seize him.
A confession to what? I have done not wrong. Bah! You are all beyond reason. Ah, yes, my plan to secure Greg's confession was utterly flawless, and his capture will be the coup de grace.
Well, my plan is thus far flawless. Griffin Crossing is still impassable. I know who you are, even if that imbecile doesn't, so let's not mince words. Only you have the skill to face a duelist in battle. Even so, your strength alone will likely not suffice. I suggest you muster what allies you can.
Ashoo, Miss Ellie? Ah, my good man, it is a relief to hear your footfalls. As you have doubtless deduced, I was unable to prevent Greg from escaping through the doors. I must leave the rest to you. Yes, it was I behind these doors the whole time. You took so long to arrive, I was getting worried that you might have gotten lost. Long did I wonder what your role in this play was. A silent guardian, content to watch events unfold with minimal interaction. At the last, I understand. We were fated to duel, you and I. Best me and you may have the spear. Fail, and your weapons are forfeit. A fair terms, do you not think? I will even extend them to your allies. I grant you leave to summon others. After all, it will avail you no advantage. For Gilgamesh, it's some beginning time!
I think you got half a person taller. But the question is, do I just blitz through this with unrestricted, or do I try to do this legit through a duty finder?
Go on, Enquiry. It's Toad, your favorite. Fine, I admit it. Fighting all 8 of you is just too much for me. Not? Ha! I lied!
Oh no, he lied.
Why, I've been had! This is far from the strongest of peers. I feel so betrayed. Goodness gracious. I, just remembered something.
Oh, okay, so the damage over time effects persists through that sequence. Neat.
I must say, I quite enjoy these tussles. I feel we've gained an understanding. An understanding, then I will pound you.
Not again.
I won't go down so easily. Well then. That's enough of a beating for now.
Wait, get back the cool-looking spear so I can use it as a Dragoon glamour. Very unfortunate. They're all counterfeit blades. Alone yet still armed. In any case, he seemed satisfied with the halberd. We will proceed with the delivery. Hildibrand just holding out an empty hand. Ah, 'tis more magnificent than I imagined. It'll make a fine addition to my collection. And with that, our business is concluded. Cheers. I genuinely mean that in your case, by the way. All's well that ends right. All's well that ends well, right, Inspector? It's a shame that Greg turned out to be the thief. There you are, Inspector Briarden. Why did you not wait for me at the docks? Why are you all staring at me so? Oh, never mind that. Where's my treaty blade? But didn't we just give you the treaty blade? Deception! Treachery! Trick. Disguise yourself as a client and let the treaty blade come to you. Take advantage of an existing situation to distract us from the real crime. Brilliant. The man in red never spoke of the treaty blade, only the halberd. Moreover, he has always issued his challenges in person. Dear gods, isn't it obvious? What is it like in your funny little brains? It must be so boring. If the man in red did not send a challenge, then who did? Whoosh. Ouch. What are the odds of that? I believe this is addressed to me, condescending Inspector Briarden. Piss off. 400 years I slept, 1,000 faces do I wear. What is yours will be mine, I shall come to claim the Lapis Maiden's virtue. A many-faced phantom thief. Interesting. The design and the wording are the same as before. The thief who stole the treaty blade sent this.
Very well. I, and I alone, Hildibrand, Agent of Enquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, once more accept your challenge. You want a challenge, huh? Stand here and face me, you buffoon!
How dare you all laugh at a time like this after allowing my precious treaty blade to be stolen? And you, Maria? Well, I suppose it's a little funny, isn't it? The two of them dashing to and fro, a pair of gentlemen mummers. You know, it's been far too long since we've seen a show. We should head to the city later, just you and me.
Not bad, Hildy. Not bad at all. You are indeed a Manderville man.
Ah, Hildibrand delivered the greatest treasure of all. A child's laughter.
Mark! My face, oh phantom of many faces. For it is the face of thee.
Gentleman hero Hildibrand.
The fiends dare lay claim to the fair maiden's virtue.
A seeds of jealousy quicken within an inspector's soul. Can true love bloom on this battlefield?
Will this Manderville man find his Manderville wife? Hildibrand will return in A Case of Indecency.
Hey, what's with those goggles that those men were wearing? They look special. Maybe if I ask nicely they'll give me a pair? Guess we'll find out next time.